everyone, it's Tom here again with another top 10 most disliked videos. Today we're looking at Don't Flop's Demo Battles channel. I don't know if you're aware of this channel, but this is basically where good wordplay goes to die. It is rife with chokes and surreal nature and long pauses and awkward material, and oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's the best thing to go through. So as ever, we're using the Sort by Dislikes website, and I'm just going on the most downvoted, the most disliked videos, the top 10. We're starting from number 10, going all the way up to number 1, and even more so than the previous one on Don't Flop. This has some terrible stuff. I mean, any demo battle is kind of, can be bad, although there are some good ones. Look out for a video in the future. I'm going to look at the top 10 videos unfairly put there. There are some good ones there, but there are some terrible ones as well. And let's dig in. This is the top 10 most disliked Don't Flop demo battles. Number 10, Charlie D versus Flawless. Filmed on the last day of the Raise the Bar tour. This, it's not a great battle, but it's not an awful battle either. It probably doesn't deserve to be in the top 10, but therein lies the problem with demo battles. This channel has but 2% barely of the subscribers that the main Don't Flop channel currently has, which is ridiculous. So therefore, few dislikes can put you at the top. Here we have Charlie D versus Flawless. And as with any of these battles, regardless of the writing, sometimes it's just fun to play battle rap bird watching or bard watching. So, there we have Polo from Read Between the Bars, Take No Talks. Soul is hiding at the back, the top left with Frankie. But yeah, let's focus on the bars here. Flawless isn't bad. Again, like I say, this isn't a terrible battle by any stake. I think Flawless has gotten a lot better since then. But, there's bars like this which do get a reaction.
Turn up brandishing a knife. Every single time, someone's getting sliced. There'll be more cuts in those scenes than the Family Guy team does.
Charlie D's an interesting one. I mean, even though he comes with a YouTuber, Mark Grish, Shovel T, Simon Mole, Harry Baker, Ricky Riley, Most Prob Marlowe swag, he still has this kind of unique charisma to his own that, is very deserving of the demo channel, but nonetheless is kind of compelling at times. I mean, I kind of like his imagery. A lot of lines fall flat, but the way he closes his first here, yeah, I enjoy this.
When you open your trap, all anybody's thinking is please, 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 no rapping. Because whenever your flow babbles, you start flapping your hands like a spasticated sparrow who's trying to fly away, but he's attached to a bramble.
It's kind of a shitty battle, though, when all three judges say that one dreaded word.
For consistency, I think I'm probably going to give it to Charlie D.
Just on consistency alone, I gave it to Charlie D.
Just consistency alone, going to Charlie D.
I'm picking up his first win, it's Charlie D, mate.
Consistency.
Number 9, Josh Walls versus Outs. This third quarter tryout battle unfortunately has a large portion of the footage gone missing, this being between Josh Walls and Outs. This kind of salvaged one-angle battle is something that reminds me, I think a lot of people as well, WRCs, this happens in a ton of the battles. And with here as well, it always lends it a certain, dare I say, cinema verite feel. It's almost ethereal. You get to see the one guy and then hear the other guy, and then it's vice versa. And you never actually see them fully in action. You just see them kind of either latent or listening. So it is a very weird experience. And the writing's very weird as well, especially from Outs.
I'm 10 times iller than you. You're so fake, Stephen Hawking sounds realer than you. You're so gay, Frank Culture would have opinions of you. And if it survived this, I'll make extremists that's religious than you. But
Outs, who I realised when I was researching this video, I'd originally seen on this video, the absolute best of Don't Flop. If you aren't aware of it, watch it. It's absolutely incredible. And it was in this video that I first heard the immortal Outs line.
This is my tryouts. It's where I knock your lights out. I'll make you slur and see blurs more than Amy Winehouse in the lighthouse, pulling her eyes out, and she's alive now.
To save it from all being too shit, though, Josh Walls drops a few hard Pokemon bars.
Oh, fuck it, it's time to just nerd out with my Pokemon bar shit. I've done my energy drinks in 4-packs. I'm even better than you at sleeping. I've got everything your snore lacks. Yeah, slam those right there. You're pathetic. Let's evolve the Magikarp to my Gyarados. Time.
Number 9. Double L versus Pamflit. This one's a shame, really. It's a battle between two people, Double L and Pamflit, who are, huge names in Don't Flop, absolute legends. Pamflit, especially writing-wise, is absolutely incredible. And here they are, the massive crowd. This is Manchester Sound Control. I imagine this is when Don't Flop was really on its kind of, high climb in the 2011-2012, kind of judging from the fashions and such. But yeah, it just doesn't really go anywhere, unfortunately. These are two MCs that you thought would really give their all in this, but both rounds, only 2 rounds each, quite boring, so maybe this was thrown together at the end. The crowd don't really move. There's a little bit of heckling as well, just kind of like interrupting here and there. And, it's good that they're as quiet as they are, given how many are there, and to be fair, no one gets any response. I mean, Pamflit has a few good lines.
Your father's a Rastafarian school teacher who got arrested
maybe if this happened years later, it could have been a good clash, but as it were, in the circumstances that occurred, it's kind of unwatchable. And that's not just in terms of the audio, which is quite bad, quite boomy, but just the content is very bland. There's no really inventiveness there. They don't bring anything out of each other, which is a great shame, because obviously they go on to incredible battles since and prior. But yeah, don't watch this one. Forget about this one. This is Double O versus Pamflit. Number 7. Gunnz versus Crisis Music. Another fairly forgettable demo battles tryout. This is Gunnz versus Crisis Music. He of the notorious 2-on-2 fame against Zen and Dialect there. But yeah, this is just another snooze fest, really. Neither of them can write very well. There's sort of clean performances, but it's just kind of hard to watch. He's just got this kind of over sense of ennui, and I really struggled to get through this one. Just not many bars there that I thought were interesting. I mean, there's a few here and there, as with most battles, but this is a very hard one to recommend.
Look, you have the genes of an inbred with an interest in incest. You invest time in stalking kids in their gym vest.
To sum it all up, I'll hand it over to the big guy Brucey, who rightfully looks really bored with this one.
Yeah, what's going on? It's Brucey. It's Brucey on Twitter. Just watch D-Gunnz. I'm giving it all 3 rounds for D-Gunnz.
Number 6, Philthy Phil versus HK. If you're the superstitious type who believes that omens can foretell doom, then perhaps the twice fuck-ups in the start of this video are the first hints of what goes on to be a really weird and quite compelling clash.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back. It's your boy at Joe Watts as well. Sorry, let's not start that again, bro. Let's just keep that in because it's a reminder of someone who once was. Do you know what I mean? It's now at Joe Watts, not at Bamalam. I've always been at Twitter.
He fucked up once. I didn't fuck up.
So good, bro. Remember that.
And on my right hand, on my left hand side. Make some
I'm
noise.
the only one that fucked up.
Make some noise for HK. Let's go.
I mean, yeah, Philthy Phil is kind of a massive Luna clone, but that doesn't mean that he still doesn't have some good material throughout this battle. This first round especially, a lot of punches hit. Some of the stuff is more about that kind of goofy Luna wordplay, and some of it is more just kind of his delivery.
This faggot listens to Emily Sunday every damn day.
And then we have HK, who weirdly kills from his first word.
You bastard!
Starts to wear a little fin though when he gets into his bars, and check out Willsy here. You can't stand the terribleness.
Bro, keep your hat on. Hope you like the drama, bro. I got my act on. Compare me to you as like I go to a wrestler or you box with a C, because I know we're in June, but I bring the Mayweather.
Eventually, he gets to a point where the poor guy just can't take it anymore.
I'ma fuck up this Manchester boy worse than David Moyes. I've already won. I can vision it. How can I lose against a guy who's older than me but looks so young? He can only clash if he handed in a permission slip.
Anyway, back to more classic Philthy Phil.
Testicles a tiny bitch. I've got a large pair and mine touch the carpet when I'm lounging in my armchair.
HK starts off his second, regrettably, by going full battle rap. Yep. He starts talking about 8 Mile.
You watched 8 Mile before you arrived and thought to yourself inside that me and B-Rabbit both share the same life, but the only similarity with you two is that you're white. So, hey Rabbit, you want 8 Mile, you can have it. You're straight, but you're a faggot. Don't lie, don't risk it. This guy's starving to death, someone get him a biscuit.
HK can do anything, it seems, including get aggressive.
So what do you pack? Do you fist pump and have lunch, or snap back, then get drunk, then touch girls, then get punched?
Before HK's reveal in the third, I quite like Philthy Phil here, and, you know, his final bar, it's a bar to me, I don't care what you say.
Phil will leave your love life wrecked and ruined. I'll put my tip in your ex like correction fluid.
What's this? I found this picture of you on Facebook topless. This guy behind you looks like he wants to take you up the bottom. Start from the bottom, now we're here. Should have been the caption. Start from the bottom, now flower here should have been a caption, but this picture here should have been hashtag Michael Jackson, but not because of his dancing, but because of child harassment.
This really is a battle for everyone. If you want the kind of lunar jokes, but not quite as good, you go for Philthy Phil. If you want the surreal Zayn Azrai, you don't quite know what the fuck's going on. Is it joke being played on you? Is it whatever? You know, you can go for HK. And Raptor, he wraps us up well here.
Just watch Philthy Phil, HK. Absolute fucking classic.
Number 5, Skrribbz versus GEE. This may be one of the worst battles ever in terms of unoriginal, played-out lines. It's really awful. First up, we have Skrribbz, who is actually returning back to Don't Flop from quite a while out of the game, and it's pretty cool that introduces him this way.
Original Don't Flop head right now.
Yeah. GEE isn't much better, to be honest with you. It's the same sort of played-out concept and recycled bars that Skrribbz does as well. You know, the crowd are limp, and rightly so. And, you know, Skrribbz, he just sort of does this sort of stuff.
You know why this time it's so tragic? Because now the whole world knows I be beating on these kids like Rolf Harris. Yeah, pedophile bars.
He also ends rounds like this.
Peace.
GEE is just cliched as hell. I mean, you know, none of these things hit. Everyone's heard all of these lines before. There's a toucan bar in there as well for good measure. But yeah, this is one of these battles where you can really just tick off all the stereotype.
Your childhood dreams make you hate your dad because he looks like every fiend in Breaking Bad. When I was selling weed, he was taking smack. No dose for me, but I'm serious, you equate the maths.
And whilst in the URL there's been a recent proliferation of Fetty Wap bars, in Don't Flop for a time, you know, mainly centralised in Skrribbz, was a fascination with expressionistic painters.
Listen, there was no fucking way he was taking this W, and I think now that's become clear. Even if this artist had painted a picture like Van Gogh, he still wouldn't have one ear.
Get us out of here. Here's Ogmios with a spot-on summary.
I haven't seen a battle with so much played-out wordplay in a while.
Before, Lyrical T versus Deeside. It's interesting with this battle to see that the excitable Deeside has a hometown ally.
It's not actually the first MC from Deeside. We had Bent Legs reps Deeside as well. Yeah. He was the first representative. He's happy as fuck there's another MC in the area in the league.
Kiss of death there from because Deeside is absolutely shit. And it's a shame because Lyrical T is actually not bad at all, but Deeside just flatlines this whole battle with these, very cringy performance. Shout out Bent Legs in the back there.
Prick. And judging by your facial expressions, we can all tell your fella's got you willy whipped. Fuck your mum back in a bus with some wannabe Bieber kids. I hear Jamie does what he's told, so I'm gonna diss obedience.
Deeside fronts like he's a bad man, but people, let me ask, what type of bad man goes over the bars together with their best mate, bubbles in the water, enjoying the candlelit bath with your finger up each other's arse?
And the battle goes on. Deeside again with the cringe lines throughout. Very bad performance. What's with the medal as well? I don't really get his outfit here, but yeah, he was awful.
I fucked your auntie. Yo.
Lyrical T brings it pretty hard actually, especially in the second and third round. It's a shame that this is his only Don't Flop battle. He obviously takes the win, but yeah, he just sort of seemed to disappear there. But if you want some self-flagellation, check out this battle because Deeside and the accompanying Bent Legs are tough to swallow. Natural will take us out of this one.
Lyrical T, he came with it, man. He was sick, man.
Number 3, J-Red versus YOUNGANZ Fusion. Quite a notorious, infamous clash, this one. This is Don't Flop Amsterdam, J-Red versus YOUNGANZ Fusion. Amsterdam events are normally always great events, but obviously people can tend to get too fucked up and can't really battle. And I don't know if this is the case here. It might be that, or it might just be as YOUNGANZ says at his start.
I was in Magaluf this time yesterday.
Regardless, the dude chokes hard and ugly each round, pretty much derailing anything J-Red can do, who delivers his rounds well. And he's sort of, you know, his material, J-Red, is perfect for this sort of clientele. But yeah, witness.
Escalate. So you.
Come, man.
You and your boys started to escalate, and after 2. Oh, yo, it's the hour. Wow. It's time, man. Come, man. It's on.
Never seen actually call someone out on an early choke like that and they come back in. I mean, obviously he barely got another bar out, but yeah, it was quite unusual. And it's a shame for J Red more than anything, this battle. You know, his material, as I say, is quite funny, is quite adaptable. And it happened with Liv Winter as well, where if someone just does really, really bad against you, it kind of doesn't matter what you do. So in that case, here's more Young Guns doing what he does.
The dream job is to work at a gay bar as a club rep. Oh, I'm pissed up here. Sorry. Club rep. I've been in Amsterdam and Magaluf and time. Come on, man.
This third round starter choke of Young Guns is probably my favourite because Pedro sort of just shouts out midway through and gets a big laugh and kind of helps him to pick up back steam. And you see Kruger also point the camera towards Pedro. I would have liked to have seen that angle, but it's a demo battle, rightly so you've got to deal with the single.
Yo, J Red. Yo, fuck J Red. Yo, fuck J Red.
Number 2. Anton Murphy versus Eyec. Debut of notorious Shuffle Team murder victim Anton Murphy, he who was on Big Brother, but Big Brother when it was on Channel 5, and Big Brother wasn't even big after like season 6 on Channel 4 anyway, so this is kind of nothing really to boast on, but he's against Eyec, who's not very good. So yeah, Anton's so unlikable. Check out his first, how he opens and what he goes straight into.
If you smell what your mum is cooking, pilau rice and tandoori chicken. Yeah, chicken. Okay, I was on Big Brother. You got me. I hope you haven't written all about that because I was on national TV every single day. So what the fuck can you expose that's new in your raps?
Eyec is pretty inoffensive, you know, pretty average, but not awful.
And must you tell yourself that you're good looking, you jacket potato head, Down syndrome, love child of Bruno Mars and Neo looking bag.
Anton is unsurprisingly smug as Ice chokes.
Ooh. Okay. Right. Now, anyway, right? So...
He really does have terrible sportsmanship, as we'll see just now at the start of his second. I mean, the crowd rock with it somehow. I don't know why.
That was whack, man. He choked. That's terrible. Yeah, you're shit. You're shit. You're worse than I thought. All right, listen. All right.
Ice brings a bit of decent research to his second, to be fair.
27,000 Twitter followers because of Big Brother, you heard, but where your music's posted on SoundCloud, you have 60. Not 60,000, 60. That's awkward, motherfucker.
That's knowledge.
Anton takes the disrespect even further when he actually gets someone to stooge in for him.
All right, he's choked twice, so I've won, so this is a bonus round. All right, bonus round. All right, listen. 2-0, man. I didn't expect it this easy. I thought,
hold it down, man. Chill.
Hey, don't even start yet. You're so shit. I don't want to do a third round.
Hold on. Right, come.
I don't want to do a third round. Like, you're shit. Like, I want someone in the crowd just to stop my round. Or you. Yeah. Like, you just do my round. I'm not even on it.
Fam just said, you're from Reading. Now, I'm going to tell you why you're on top of this Don't Flop Premiership.
No. I know it's rude. Sorry, I can't read the rules. No, sorry, bro. I'm not. Like, let me do it.
I mean, what the hell is that, right? I mean, fair enough if we're trying something new, but it's awkward, it fails. I don't know what his dude's even saying, Reading Premiership. You would have thought they rehearsed some sort of bars, but he just kind of mumbles his way through it. So it's a really odd occasion. And, you know, Anton does get the win here, but I think Ice probably has better punches throughout and maybe deserves it. I think especially this one in the third.
Now, prior to the season you featured on, Big Brother was on Channel 4. Then it moved to 5 because it became something no one gives a shit about. Now, it moved from 4 to 5 because it became something no one gave a shit about. Now, I hope your sister forgives me, but I pray that someone gets to 4, 5 and takes Big Brother out.
Interesting to see who's judging this one.
Yeah, it's a very close battle. It's closer than I think a lot of people think. There was a couple of stumbles from Eyec in the first and third, and the final schemes from Anton just kind of edged it for me, so I'm going to have to give that to Anton. Cheers.
This is Anton Murphy. Make some noise. Go.
Number 1. Mickey Worthless versus BRIGGZY. Poor battle, which you can find fun in by looking in the background again. Check out Shotty there. Mosh team in full effect. We've got Mickey as well here, back when he was in Don't Flop's good books. And it's a shame the battle's shit, because it was for an occasion.
Just so people know, this is like BRIGGZY's last battle in Don't Flop for a year or so, because he's heading out to Australia. So because of that, man, we're going to let him choose who wants to go first. So, did you want to go first, bro?
Let Mickey go, man.
Mickey Worthless.
And don't let that sway the judging. You know what I mean? You don't need to send him off with a W. Send him off with an L as well. It's nice. It's nice.
As Mickey rightfully and funnily says, you know, BRIGGZY obviously wins this. I actually think Mickey takes the battle, but you know, BRIGGZY wins on goodwill alone, it seems. They both choke badly. Mickey Worthless is definitely funnier at choking. He definitely has a crowd on his side. You know, great crowd here. Night and Day Cafe in Manchester, host of many classic Blam events. Census, Psychosis, Holocaust, you know, Matter versus Verb T, Pamflit versus O'Shea. Just check out, you know, incredible battles. This battle, unfortunately, is not one of them. I assume this was an early one they put on the day. The material that both of them come with is pretty suspect. BRIGGZY starts off by sort of saying that he's going to body Matter, which, yeah, I can't really say that happening. I've got Mickey winning this, but, you know, it's a kind of battle where it's preference-based, but it's number 1 demo battles for a reason.
First round on BRIGGZY, whenever you're ready, man.
Point that down because it was bigger than I was.
Yeah. Now, the way the fans hype up some of these battles is making me sick. Because on a real, I feel like Matter would get body bagged and Verb T's basic.
Compare how each of these guys chokes in the battle. One is a bit of a train crash. The other's falling with style.
See, I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. Case closed. I've run up on your mum while she's shopping at Waitrose.
See, this battle was meant to happen last month at Blam, when unexpectedly I found out I'm being evicted from my pad. Now check it. Evicted from my fucking pad. It was a long thing. Trust me, I had to move everything, G. Now check it.
Here, with his patented honesty, is Pamflit giving his verdict on this terrible, terrible demo battle.
I'd say with 3 rounds, BRIGGZY got that, it's a little bit more prepared. Mickey comes to good shit, as per usual, entertaining, that's all.
And that's it. Thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like the video, please comment, please share, please subscribe. Please do all those things. We also have the Twitter, @BattleRapResume. If you want to know about any of the new episodes of the podcast coming out, I always put an upload schedule. There's 2 a week. You can also find that on the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Plenty more videos like this. I'm also going to be doing a video quite soon in the future. I'm going to break down classic events. Like I might do kind of like, you know, 4th birthday and talk about every single battle on the card like this, giving previews, favourite bars, moments, etc. Maybe having people who were even there at the time, you know. And there'll be more dislike videos, more Battle Rap Resume videos, more top 10 whatever, you know, all the good Battle Rap Resume stuff. Just please comment, let me know, email me as well, battlerapresume@gmail.com. And thank you again, guys, for listening. We'll be having a new top 10 video very soon, probably King of the Dot, I think is the next one that I'm going to do, and maybe after that Don't Flop Extra. Like, I know it's training days, but it's going to be all Don't Flop Extra material, isn't it? So thanks again, guys, @Battle Rap Resume, and subscribe. Cheers.